I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? It's the #1 Chief Rocket in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's go. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. Ah. What's good, party people in the place to be? Let's do our chant. Blue tears, orange tears, oh, Blorange Tears. Bam. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, I just found out, man, a few minutes ago that your main man, Uncle Freezy, is bougie. Bourgeois. A life lesson. I just learned a life lesson that your main man, Uncle Freezy, is a bougie. Yeah, I know. Y'all would never, who, me? Bougie? Nah, never, right? Went to the coffee spot, found out they didn't have coffee, and I had a tantrum. That's the reason why I'm running a little bit late. Right? Your main man, Uncle Freezy, is bougie. Coffee spot don't have coffee. Now he having a tantrum. They're like, calm down, big fella. It's only coffee. It's only coffee. But it's not just coffee, man. It's not just coffee. It's the accumulation of a lot of stuff. Right? So I did find coffee. Gas station coffee. So, you know, this is going to be an adventure. Gas station coffee is the best. Gas station coffee, yes. Maybe add some additive that is not sugar. That's a sugar replacement. That's probably just as bad for you as sugar. I'm trying Truvia this morning. Corey Lee is in the building. Corey Lee, what's good? Corey Lee is in the building. What's good? Pudge Nice is in the building. Y'all back, right? All right, so I'm gonna have like this weird conversation with everybody that I know is like the conversation that we've been meaning to have like 2 years ago, and we've been putting it off. Right? Let me, I forgot to send out the bat signal, man. I'm running so far behind time. Let me send out the bat signal too. So let me send out the bat signal. I'm putting out the bat signal. Where y'all at? Let me put this thing here out there too. All right. All right, let me move that over there. Yo, running the YouTube channel is crazy, y'all. Running a YouTube channel is crazy. You think all it is just like turning microphones on and then, but it's not. It's not just that. Let me shout out my people. Jermaine Royce is in the building. D Nice, what's good? Pudge Nice is in the building. Hard Will, what's good? I see you. Almighty Finesse. Okay. James Lee says, how much is gas station coffee where you are? Oh, he said, how much is gas station coffee at New York? I don't know how much gas station coffee is in New York because I'm not in New York. I'm in the Carolinas, right? So this gas station coffee I have is $1.19. $1.19. It's because the ladies know me though. It's because they know, hey, Uncle Freezy. Hey, is that coffee fresh? Of course it's fresh. Because they have one of those grinders like with the coffee beans in it. You press the one that you want, and then it grinds the beans and runs the hot. Yo, it's crazy. It's like going to Starbucks, except $8 cheaper. G. Robinson says coffee is $1.75. Man. Bruh, if his coffee wants it, how much is a pack of cigarettes? Oh yeah, that coffee is just the way I like it. Dark and strong as hell. Pudge Knight says blame Biden. D'Angelo, you rocking with me today? Let me throw the link in the chat. Is D'Angelo rocking with me today? Because D'Angelo had some stuff to say yesterday, and he kept trying to get on, and it was crazy. I see Selly is in the building. Wow. Somebody say, oh, yeah. So earlier this morning, man, I did the arms race, the Blorange Tears podcast, Eastern Conference arms race podcast. I want y'all to check that out and listen to like some of the details I mentioned there. You know what I'm saying? And it's because the arms race thing is real, just like the Bronx Paradox thing is real. JJ says tank season in effect. Bim. I don't know if I'm ready for tanking, man. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. It's too much of an emotional thing for me, man. I can't deal with tanking. And the reason why is because if you do all that tanking and then you fall back 2 spots, then it's like, oh, what were we actually doing? right? What were you actually doing? Lee Larrabee says tank. Mr. Vince is in the building. Mr. Vince says this ain't gonna be a soft tank, yo. Mr. Vince is in the building. What's good, Mr. Vince? It's good to see you, man. Mr. Vince is telling D'Angelo that even a broken clock is right twice a day. There's hope for Leon. Leon Rose played himself, bro. Leon Rose played himself. Leon Rose played himself with this junior high bullying Bush League, I'm going to take your star tactic. This is a lot of water, y'all. I'm going to try to drink all of this by the time the show is over. Hard Will is in the building. And Almighty Finesse says, I don't want to take man out to win. At some point, we got to win. Hard Will said, happy birthday, bro. To who? Whose birthday is it? D-Nice says, can't believe Grimes was the holdup. Yo, I'm telling y'all this, man. If Grimes was the holdup and this don't come out here and be a star right away, fire Leon Rose. And listen, Leon Rose, if you're listening, it's not nothing personal, bro. You know how it is. If Quentin Grimes was the holdup on a Donovan Mitchell deal, and this dude don't come out here and show us why we don't have Donovan Mitchell, I'm just saying. If Quentin Grimes don't come out and prove to us that he was worth keeping over us getting Donovan Mitchell, Leon Rose, you got to go. I'm sorry. Leon Rose. I know what you're going to say. I know what Leon Rose is saying to me right now. He probably in his office yelling at the screen, watching Uncle Freezy saying, is sorry. All that you can say. Words don't come easily. Leon Rose is legit screaming at his TV, Uncle Freezy is sorry. All that you can say. Words don't come easily. Hey, Gregory Castillo says the pressure is on RJ. Hey, yo, listen, man. I'm in the mindset that I think that pressure is off of RJ. Now that you sent the message to the NBA universe that RJ Barrett is not the savior, and then that you would have included him in anything moving, RJ Barrett can just go out there and just play freely. J. Randall Ewan says, Leon Rose got played by a real team president. And yes, he did. In the most public fashion you can imagine. Yo, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to For the Love of the Game podcast. My main man, Hardwill, Worldwide L, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. They come on whenever they feel like it. I think it's something between 6 and 10. I just keep my antennas up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 6 and 10. I just keep my antennas up for them because I know they have a lot of stuff going on. So I think they'll be on tonight sometime between 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock. I mean, their start time will be sometime between 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Hartwell says Leon Rose doesn't speak to media for a reason. I feel you. I feel you. And I think that reason is he don't have nothing to say. And William says now the pressure is on RJ. If he doesn't get 25, 7, and 7 and wins, he will be booed. Leon bet high on him. I think it's the opposite. And Corey Lee says, it's my birthday, man. You should have knew that. My bad, Mr. Lee. My bad. Happy birthday, bro. Now let me tell my old timer jokes. Let me tell Lee, don't trip. Let me tell my old time timer jokes. How old you is today, young man? 20. Mr. Lee, you turned 20 today. Next year, you better take you a shot of liquor. Shout out to my main man, Corey Lee. Corey Lee, what's good, man? What's good? Miss you, bro. You need to be up here talking and stuff with us. Subliminal 209 is in the building. Subliminal 209 says Grimes' confidence is at an ultimate. Grimes' confidence is at an ultimate high, knowing he was untouchable. He better ball, bro. Because if this is another Frank Ntilikina thing, I promise you, it's going to be smoke in the city. D'Angelo, what's good?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Bro, if this is another Frank Ntilikina, yo, you remember when we were in the Anthony Davis trade scenario? And people and the Knicks were like, they didn't want to give up Frank. You remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
We don't want to give up Frank, man. Frank has got potential, and Frank turned out to be
Frank. He turned out to be Frank.
Frank turned out to be wieners. That's what Frank turned out to be. Frank turned out to be wieners, bro.
No, I don't want to give up Grimes. I don't want to give up quickly or Obi and picks. Oh, you kidding?
Really, man? That's what I'm saying.
You have your opportunities. You squandered it. You got schooled. Right. You got schooled, Leon. You got schooled.
Publicly.
Yes. It's been no rumors.
Everybody.
We're first dibs on him. We're going to get him. Who's Mark? Everybody say, hey, calm down. It's going to be fine. We got him. We're aces. Come on, man. No. Ah, man, I'm sick, man. Everybody say, oh, we're in great shape. We got average to good players. That's it.
Okay. So you're high on these kids then?
What, these kids that we got now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're going to have a losing season. Unfortunately, we are. It's the same team. Outside of Brunson makes us a little better. But we're going to struggle, man. We're going to struggle. We're going to struggle. The league got better, as we all know. The teams got better. And they always do. And, okay, kudos. We got a point guard. And we recruited his dad. Oh, big deal.
Oh,
okay.
Whoopie do. Oh, yeah, Whoopie do. Okay.
Oh,
I'm impressed.
Man, that's impressive. They got his dad.
Yeah. This is bananas, bro.
Man, I haven't stopped all night. The yelling in my ass, all that stuff. When I seen that, man, I said
Cleveland, bro. Danny Ainge played everybody involved. He played the Knicks. He played Donovan Mitchell. Oh, you gonna disrespect the Jazz? You just gonna walk around New York with your orange and blue on? Like this is a done deal? I'm going to send you to purgatory.
Yeah.
And he couldn't send him to Utah because he was already in Utah. So he just sends them to the East Coast version of Utah, of Salt Lake City, Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah. Nah, it's just we never get a guy. We don't do the draft right. We don't do anything right. We don't do anything right. We never get the players that we want as fans. We don't get what we want. I'm not being selfish. You're not being selfish. Fans agree with me, and their fans totally disagree with me. You know, so I don't care. I look like a loon about it. I really don't care. I love my Knicks, but they they always stick it to you in some fashion or some way. So
I was just talking to Anthony D about that off camera. Like right after we did the Eastern Conference Arm Race audio podcast. I spoke to Anthony D about that very same thing, and he feels the same way that you do.
Yeah. How could you not? How could you not if you don't have a pulse?
Right.
And it's so frustrating. I had my druthers. I said, what's 55? I did once, like you said, there should have been a deadline to get this guy. Right. You know, I think you said it like in August, beginning of August.
I said it in July. I said July 20th. I said, if this thing is not done by August 1st, I'm going to snitch to James Dolan. But I couldn't find Dolan's email address.
Yeah, you got your response. One of those little, But listen, I mean, you can't. What Ainge, who hates us, was never going to make it easy for us. We all know that. He was going to fleece us in some way. But you got to schmooze. You got to kiss a little butt. You got to do it the right way. There's ways to negotiate. But this front office doesn't know how to do that. They play the game of chicken. Oh, no, because we're the Knicks. Everything's going to fall into our laps. Never does. Right. You tell me when it falls into our lap. Never does. You have a chance to get a superstar, an elite player, and you don't. And I'll be crying all the way till the season starts. Listen. I want to be proved wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to, and you know this, Freezy. You know the way how hardcore fan I am. Of course, I wanted him to succeed, but this front office, it just, I want to have egg on my face. I want them to have a winning season. Of course, I do. But you improve the team by going in that direction to get a guy like that. Right. You do it no matter what. You want to give up too many picks? Okay, everybody say no, too much. Yeah. No. What do we do with the picks? What do we do with the picks every damn time?
We draft Kevin Knox.
Yes. Ntilikina, everybody. Oh my God. And then you want to tell me they're doing a great job. Oh yeah, Valentine was a great job.
Valentine.
Kemba with the photo shoot and that whole facade that they did. The silent majority sitting there in the audience doing that little light show that I'll never forget. For Kemba.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You're gonna tell me they were still sweeping out the old trash. They can't get out Randle out of town. Yeah. Right. So So I mean, come on. They're sweeping up the mess that they made from all the signings last year. Come on, they did a great job. Losing season. How do you go feel positive about the new season up ahead? Because of Brunson, you're going to put all our eggs in that basket. You're going to put all the pressure on that kid right there.
Right.
To do that. I'm sorry, I got diarrhea in the mouth. Sorry.
No.
I've been venting all night. Everybody tell me to shut up in my house. I said, I don't care. Shut up.
No, man. My deal is just D'Angelo. So there was a time when you, Diaz, Ballin, and a bunch of people sat on the panel, right? And we said, blow it up, start all over from scratch, but tell everybody that you're going to blow it up and start all over from scratch, and just find a star that way. Right. You remember that?
Right, I remember that.
And I think I can't remember what side you were on or not. I think my man was on one side saying developing, and I was like, no, I don't want to develop. I want to find a Kobe, right? I don't want to try to develop a random guy into Kobe Bryant. I want to find a Kobe, a 19-year-old Kobe, a 18-year-old Kobe, I want to find that guy. Remember that? I was
Yeah,
saying.
I remember.
Remember how you
I
kept
do
using
remember.
the term crown gem? Crown
Yes.
gem. I kept saying crown gem over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And so, now here we are, months later. You don't have a. You went into the draft. The draft pick you chose is Trevor Keels. How impressive does he look? Right.
Yeah.
And then you tried to trade for a star, and how did that work out?
Yeah. Right. Of course.
Right.
It never works out. It never. And this front office always pumps up these guys to be something like they are all elite players. They're on their way to being that elite player that we need, the superstar. You can't blow smoke up my butt and tell me this stuff.
Right.
They're good players. Yes, they're good. Yes, we have some decent players. But are we going to get to the promised land with them? You know? It's a wait and see kind of deal. But you got to make some moves. You have all these picks. We're sitting on them. You won't give up. Oh, I can't give up 5. I can't give up the 6. No, they're unprotected. Come on. Me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Go right ahead. But when you got to make a move for a guy like that, you have a chance. It's sitting right in front of you. And you have a guy like Danny Ainge. You got to figure out how to negotiate with a guy like that. You can negotiate with the toughest of them. You say, okay, you got to schmooze his ego. Say, listen, we want them. Get on a plane, do something, go have lunch, do something to get the deal done. Right. Don't have egg on the fans thinking, hey, we're gonna get this guy. We're gonna get this guy. I really thought, hey, it's gonna happen either. I guess it was gonna happen in free agency, which is we don't get anybody in free agency at that magnitude. Right. And then we got to acquire, make a deal to get this guy. And then he goes to Cleveland. You blew and then they send out the narrative about the 4-year deal with RJ. Do I have to hear that yesterday to mask this situation?
Yeah, you have to get ahead of it, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, you have to get ahead of it. You have to control the narrative.
Right. They send out their little memorandum, the Ghost franchise right now.
Yeah.
That they don't want to talk to us. They don't want to set up. No. Everything's done. That weird press conference that they did with Brunson. Right. Nobody spoke. He just, you got the moderator. What's his face over there?
Tito.
Yeah.
Bill Tito. Yeah.
Yeah. No press.
Yeah. No national press. No national press.
Yeah. No hard questions.
No outsiders. Yeah.
Oh, come on. This is how we're doing it now. Oh, we're taking a new approach. Great. Always a new approach, and we look like idiots all the time. Sorry. So,
I would say to all of that, I wouldn't mind any of that stuff if the Knicks were competent with front office moves.
Correct.
Right. The press conference thing wouldn't bother me if we hit home runs in the draft.
Yes.
The press conference stuff wouldn't. Leon Rose not talking to the media wouldn't bother me if we were knocking it out of the park when it comes to trades. Right. All these things wouldn't bother me. These things wouldn't bother me if the Knicks were winning on the floor.
Right.
All these things like the peripheral stuff wouldn't bother me. If Julius Randle wasn't a sourpuss. Right. All of these things I could deal with. All the other stuff, bro. I promise you, I can. I can deal with all that stuff if all these other things didn't go this way. But when we constantly have things go this way, you can't help but feel like you're in a state of animation, a suspended state of animation. Right. I mean,
and also, I mean, okay, what the front office, as the cat says, I'm clueless, I'm in panic mode. Okay, so if we have a losing season, then what are you going to say then? Oh, it's a process. It's an 8-year process. It's a 6-year process. It's a 7-year process. Are we going to wait all that time to see if it works? And then what? And then Dolan, which I hope, if this season goes in the toilet, Dolan better step in, and I think he will this time. I think he's just going to clean house. That's my opinion.
So the thing is, the thing is this though. At what point do we give Dolan some type of credit, man?
He's trying to put the proper people in place to get us to where we want to be as fans, and and that team, this franchise. I know he tries. It's not like he's not willing to spend the money. He's willing to spend the money. We don't have a cheap owner, you know.
Right.
But it's where you allocate that money and what you do and what kind of moves you make. And how many winning seasons have we had under this new regime?
Right.
1. And that's in question.
And that is so frustrating, right?
Yeah.
That is so frustrating.
Yeah. And look how Randle's treated us too. They signed him, they give him the bag. Okay. Gave a little money back. Fine. Thank you, Randle. But all the shenanigans came in right after that. All his little frustrations, acting like a baby. You want to talk to me? He acted like a baby with this whole situation. Him acting like a baby on the court, storming off the court, slapping tablets off on the floor because of frustration. I know it's the heat of the moment. It's game moments. You don't want to have a tablet left, but just the way this guy thinks and how he acts and how he carries himself, you're gonna get the trash talk there in New York. It's New York. This is what it is. Put up a shut up. You know, what are we waiting for here? So, okay, we got Brunson. Okay. I hope everything pans out. He's got to prove a lot here. He's not in Dallas anymore. So he knows the deal. He knows Thibodeau and Thibodeau knows him as a little kid and all that stuff. They tell the little family stories. Oh, how nice. Win, damn it.
Right.
I really don't care about that narrative. I don't. Right. I don't want to hear about this stuff. Get on the floor and ball. That's it.
How about that?
Up on that. All right. This is more important. This show.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that, man. Right? Yeah, man. It's one of those deals, man, where, man, we got to start getting good at the little things, bro.
Of course.
We got to start getting good at the little things, man.
There's a lot of. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. For instance, I think the little things, man. Like for instance, you don't always have to win the big trade. You know what I'm saying? You can just legit start by winning small trades. Yes, smart deals.
Smart deals. Right. You can start by if an asking price is too much, just walk away in the beginning.
Right.
You don't have to hang around and drag things out and do the slow burn and all that stuff and get anticipation up high and then let people down. Because that's what this feels like, is a letdown.
Right.
Right. If the asking price was too much, just walk away.
That's what you got to do. Not all this build up for the last 2-3 months, whatever it's been now. All this time, we have all this build up, all the press. Oh yeah, Knicks. Yeah, I mean, they could have put the squash on that right away. As soon as Ainge did that, yeah, do it in the beginning. Say it's just not gonna work. He's asked too much. Done. Not like what you just said. Exactly what you said. Put the kibosh on it. What are we doing? Why are you dragging this thing out?
Right.
And then you know how Knicks fans are. Myself, of course. And some people are just like, oh, good. He wanted too much. No, we can't do it. We can't give up this guy and that guy to get a guy that. Oh, well, he's too short. He's too small. I don't want to hear that stuff, please.
All that. Okay, all those things, and then Cleveland with a 6'1" all-star point guard trades for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Right? You notice that, right? Oh, Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson, they're too short. The backcourt is too short, but Cleveland did it.
Yeah, that's right. No problem. That's it. done.
Yeah.
They swoop in, deal, done, boom, done.
Right.
You know, and it just shows to me that this front office is too novice. They don't know what they, you know, they think, oh, you know, hey, we're doing it our way. And I think you said that the other day. They're going to do it their way. They're going to toot to their own horn. That's it. They're going to just do it their way. They don't care what they're taking a new approach. I think you pointed out the other day.
Right.
They take a new approach on handling it a different way. They're not in the press like Chris Mills was, or whatever, making these little narratives out there and saying stuff. So I mean, that's what they're doing. They're taking a new approach. Now it's got to pan out on the court. It has to. You're saying that rebuilding, they're building a process. All the guys that we got, saving all these picks. Okay, saving it for what? Passing out hats and then getting it back at the end of the night?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, is that what we're doing? It's
Basically.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to me. You know, it really is. It's just like you try. I'm proud to be a Knicks fan, yeah. But with the front office always just, you know, oh God, you know, Freezy, I can't, man. I can't.
It's very frustrating. But let me do a couple of orders of business. Hey guys, hey man, make sure y'all smash that like button. Support your family. So smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching this, excuse me, for the first time, or if you're coming through and hadn't done so already. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. Also, I have a poll in the chat right now, and the poll is: grade Leon Rose's offseason trades and draft picks. Right? Grade Leon Rose's trades and draft picks. Right? Okay. Yeah, grade Leon Rose's moves this offseason. A, B, C, or F. And right now, Leon Rose has a lot of C's. And I don't know why. I mean, do y'all love Trevor Keels that much? Y'all giving Leon Rose a C for the Trevor Keels pick? Y'all giving Leon Rose a C for the Donovan Mitchell trade? I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, man. I see y'all. Yeah, and so Manchild says Keels is 18 years old. Yeah, I agree. I like Keels. But Eddie says D was not an option. I know you only get 4 options, man. You can't, you know what I'm saying? They only give you limited options. So D is not an option. It's A, B, C, or F. Just throwing on the lucky hat. Just throwing on the lucky hat. Them. Billy R 23 says Ainge was like Leon Rose. Who the hell is Leon Rose anyway? Right? And Parasecond says, who asked about a 42nd pick? A lot of people, bro. Especially when you made no prior pick. And when the league MVP was the 41st pick in a draft. Your two-time MVP was picked in that same range. What are we talking about? Right? James Lee, yeah. James Lee is like the Jokic. Yeah, man. I got you. And so Adam G says, read my last Freezy, my last comment, read it. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I know that this is a joint though. This is not, you know what I'm saying? And so Jason says Hartenstein was a pickup too. I think so. I think so. I think so. I think so. And so Andre Bryant says, has Leon Rose draft histories proved the Knicks don't value RJ? I want to get there. I want to go there with y'all, man. Did Leon Rose ruin relationships this summer? Did Leon Rose ruin relationships this summer? Hey, way more swag. I got you too, bro. Way more swag. I got you. Did Leon Rose ruin relationships this offseason? Yes. Or I think he ruined some relationships and I think he tarnished some others. Greedy from LI is in the building.
Yo, what's good? Salute
What's
to the
up,
chat.
boss?
Smash that like, subscribe, and turn on them bells so you know when we active.
Bim.
Feel me? And I think you're correct on your assessment. I think Leon Rose did crush a lot of relationships. He crushed a lot of kids' spirit, as I would say. And I think because the one that I think he did crush is Cam Reddish. I think that's the one that's crushed completely. I'm starting to hear more sources say that Cam wants to be going to a different team because he wants a bigger role. So I unfortunately do think he crushed spirits. I honestly think he crushed RJ's spirit because now knowing that the Jazz was agreed to the terms of RJ being out of there, they just decided to go with the Cavs. Like that would crush my spirit too. I think Leon did I think it was bad. I think he did. The only thing I think Leon did well in the offseason, and the reason why I gave him a C, is because he got off the contracts where I think in previous years we would have kind of like gave them another chance. He got off those contracts and gave space for our youth to play, and that's the only reason why I really gave him a C.
Yeah, man. I think that's the reason why
he went and got a point guard for us. He got a point guard for us, and he re-signed RJ. So I'll give him a C for that.
Yeah. But those wasn't trades or draft picks, though.
The draft, I was a little like bewildered by it. Like I was like, whoa, what's going on? But then when I realized they did that to get the contracts off and all that, like, I mean, hey. And now it sucks because you got 3 picks to do nothing with them. Like, we're not going to be able to use those picks next year. So that's why it's like, what was your whole, like, what were you trying to do? But then my thing is, before we re-signed Mitchell, and we had RJ, Obi, and Mitchell Robinson on there with 3 first-round picks, why did the Jazz not take that? That's just my biggest question. And that's before we even extended Mitchell Robinson to 60 more. And that's all I got on Leon.
Okay. I think Rivera is in the building. Who woke up Rivera, bro? Yo, who told
you? Great minds think alike. That's my partner. Feel me?
Oh boy, here come Rivera. Here come Rivera with guns blazing. I'm gonna read this super chat before Rivera jump on. Right, I'm gonna just read this. Oh boy, Rob the Nick backstage, so I gotta find his intro. Oh, and okay. So Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, crushed spirits. RJ 107 million, Mitch 60 million. Stop it.
Yeah, but y'all think money is gonna save us? Y'all gotta remember, certain players want money and certain players want their legacy. Like that, like you gotta understand that. RJ wants to be in New York. Like, how does that feel knowing that he didn't put the city on his back and he mad young and you just try to send him off? Like, come on.
And stop it can't be the new buzz phrase, bro. Yeah, we got to come up with something different than stop it, bro. We got to say, we got to come up with something catchier than just stop it.
Got to be
stop it. I know those people. I know those people. People will be like, "Yo, Leon the GOAT, stop it." I love Julius Randle, stop it. Yo, Jalen Brunson gonna lead us to a championship. Stop it. Yo, we got to come up with a better buzz phrase than that, bro. That can't be the new buzz phrase. Please come up with something doper than that. Stop it can't just be the buzz thing, yo. That can't be it, man. We got to come up with something more fire than that.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting. That's right. On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. What? You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting. Right. Share my dreams with you, mean I'm podcasting. What? You can see my vision through the podcasting. Yeah. But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting. What? I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. What? I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sims was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezy got them Blorange Tears.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Yeah. The intro was tough. The closer.
Salute.
What's good? What's goody?
How y'all this morning, man?
Yeah. How y'all doing in this bright early morning?
Hey, yo, somebody robbed the Knicks. Oh, no, that's just robbed the Knicks.
The double entendres. I see you.
What's up, Kay? What's up, Jay Boogie?
Yo, Greeny, what's good, my brother?
What's good, panel? It's a beautiful day in Knicks universe.
It is. It actually is.
Yeah, man.
I just wanna say, Greeny, my brother, you right. When I saw that Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, 3 first-round picks, I said, how the heck did they deny that? How you reject that trade offer? That could honestly get you can honestly get almost any star you want with that trade offer. Almost any star. I don't understand it.
You know what I think what happened was? This is just my own personal view on that trade right there. When Leon threw that out there, he knew Ainge wouldn't take it just because of what he got for Gobert. But he set a line. He set a line for him. And then when he came back with it, he removed it away. He gave him less. He said, no, get out of here, beat it. And then that's just my own personal, because he thought that Danny Ainge was really delusional that he was going to get all of these picks that he got from Gobert. And that stayed on his brain through the negotiations. But when he seen that Kevin Durant went back and there was no real takers because nobody was going to mortgage the future, that's when he came back to the Knicks. But then, as you know, in negotiations, when you come back, the deal is never as sweet as it was when you left, no matter who it was. And that's what happened. It all trickled down. He knew that he wouldn't take that because Danny Ainge is a narcissist. That's why he took what he took from Minnesota. He thought that he can do it again. And then I did a little research on Danny Ainge. I think Danny Ainge get too much credit because when he got that job with, as the vice president of Boston, the year before, Boston was already on the way up. They already won 30. It's not like he took them from where Rose took the Knicks from. They was already a 39 team, again, a 39 game winning team when he took over. That Garnett trade got him over the hump. So it wasn't like he did anything spectacular as far as building a team. Now, when he got back from Garnett and them, it worked well for him. But right now, that's a championship team, but they're not champion. So let's pump the brakes on Danny, little boy, Ainge, right quick. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit.
I think Danny Ainge played the Knicks. I think he used the Knicks as how can I say this? I think he used the Knicks to show other teams what the buying price for Donovan was. So once the Knicks and them can't do business, and like he told them, we have another deal on the table, and nobody wanted to believe it, but he actually did have another deal on the table, and I feel like he used the Knicks. I feel like he was just baiting the Knicks because look, the first deal he should have took if you look at it and what he just traded for. Then every other time, any person he asked for, the Knicks had a deal in proposal for whatever they asked for. They just didn't want it. I think they were playing the Knicks to get the price that they wanted, and then the Cavs came in and just took it.
But it's pretty much the same deal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So,
that's why they should have took it when in July.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
like, it was July. This is before we even extended Mitchell.
Exactly. So with it being the same deal, you think I know who I think really got played? Donovan Mitchell. And let me tell you why. Donovan Mitchell did it the right way, being a good soldier, staying out the way, not saying nothing bad. And then Danny Ainge stabbed him in the back. So if anybody is a villain in this, even though I know Danny Ainge got to do with his team, but I'm thinking if Donovan Mitchell would have acted like everybody else and made ruckus about everything else, a lot of teams would have got disinterested, or I ain't taking him, he's going to be disgruntled, or I want to go to New York. But he gave Utah a chance. And Danny Ainge sharpened his blade while he was being quiet, doing it the professional, the quote-unquote professional way. And he got stabbed in the back.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is
so,
very true.
now next superstar coming up, they going to totally diss the franchise that they coming from just because of what Danny Ainge did to Donovan Mitchell. Stars are going to look at that like, yo, it's no matter how good or how professional you try to be, it's a ruthless business. They're going to do exactly what they want to do. And Donovan Mitchell, I feel kind of bad for him because he was the good soldier in this. I'm not going to do this to you. I'm going to keep my mouth out the media. I live in New York. I can hang in New York. The way that's perceived in Utah is on them because he's from here. And I feel as though Danny Ainge just did him dirty.
I feel like Danny Ainge made a calculated move. I feel like the reason why he did do him dirty. I'm not saying he didn't do him dirty, but I feel like for the Utah's perspective organization, he made a calculated move because he knew that if he sent Donovan to the Cavs, that the Cavs was not going to be a championship team. And he knows that inevitably, if the Cavs go only so high, which is probably the Eastern Conference Final, that's probably their ceiling. They're gonna have to rebuild their team, and then all those draft picks that he just got are gonna pan out for him. So and I think honestly, I do think if Donovan comes to the Knicks have a better potential than the Cavs. I honestly do think that. So I think that's another reason why he didn't do the deal, because he knows that after the years that the Knicks are not going to be that bad. The Knicks are actually going to trend in the upwards direction and rather go down.
I think that you got that kind of backwards. I think that right now with the Cleveland roster as presently constructed and what they're doing, and when those picks are gonna become live and active, for right now, the roster on paper with them may look better. But I don't think that down the line it's gonna be better.
That's what I'm
Just
saying. That's
because
exactly what I'm
money,
saying.
yeah, money is going to get involved real quick with those players. And if your ceiling is somewhere where now that you have to dump players, not because of talent, but because of money. A small market Cleveland, how far over the salary cap you think they can go to sustain the championship?
Exactly.
And I don't think they thought about that. Players get expensive. More money is going to be spent, and it's going to be. But it's a good. I never wanted the Donovan Mitchell trade anyway. So to me, everything is good. And I looked at a poll yesterday of about 6,500 people, and 72% of the Knick Nation agreed with me. They said we chilling, we good. So I think
My only
so.
thing was I didn't want the small guard combo, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
I was a little skeptical on the small guard combo, but I think that we could have made it work without team.
Hey, real talk. What we chilling with though? Like,
Yeah, I
we,
don't
Well,
like what we're sitting.
Well, when I say like this, they saying that it's like everybody had different opinions about it. What he just said. That small backcourt was a major to me because when I researched the last teams to win a backcourt with that small of a backcourt was when the rules were different, and
Hey,
we was going to
hold
install
on, hold
this.
on. I don't want to cut you off. Come on with that narrative because ain't nobody in Cleveland even saying nothing like that. That's just us talking like that. Cleveland ain't talking about and Dolan the 6'1". They ain't nobody even saying nothing like that in Cleveland.
Well, let's see how it works.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go another way than that deal.
Hey, look, no, because
Word.
in
That's true
Utah they
though.
had a small boogie. In Utah they had a small backcourt. They had Collins and him. How did that work out for them?
They made the playoffs every year. Paris
Yeah, but
Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, how about Leon got their attention? It's a business. Bim, Paris Duggar, I agree with you on that part. And he says Leon Rose got their attention. I think he's talking about the kids. And that was a great comment. I agree with you on that part, Paris Duggar. But the thing about that though is when you send a shot, I think the shot that should have been sent to these kids should have been from Tom Thibodeau and not the team president. It's too many layers. You got the team president all the way up here, and then you got all these people in between the team president and the coach on the floor. And the message didn't come from any of them people. It came all the way from the top. I think it might have just been too heavy-handed. But if it works, okay. And then Paris Duggar also says that, and thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, Utah saying Ainge got fleeced with the ACL Sexton. Yes, I agree with you. Paris Duggar, here's the thing. I think Danny Ainge fleeced himself in this Donovan Mitchell deal, and I agree with Rob the Knick on the Donovan Mitchell thing. Donovan Mitchell was supporting his city all summer, going to all these events, and Danny Ainge was like, oh, you going to play me, huh? All right, I'll send you somewhere, but it ain't going to be where you want to go. I'm going to send you to the worst possible destination, Cleveland, right? Cleveland, Ohio, not the team, because this ain't about the team. This is about the city. This ain't about the team. Donovan Mitchell is a star that wanted to go to a big market, and Danny Ainge sent him to the complete opposite. This ain't about their roster. Danny Ainge don't care nothing about making the Cleveland Cavaliers better. That's crazy. When we talk about other GMs wanting to make other teams better, that ain't their job. They don't care about that. That's their competitor. That's their competition. But him sending Donovan Mitchell to Cleveland, Ohio. Come on, bro. Y'all already know what this is about. Danny Ainge was whooping Leon Rose and all summer in front of everybody, right? Publicly whooping him, right? And Donovan Mitchell. Here's the thing, and I want to say this to OG. Hey, OG, listen. Hey, preachers don't win wars, bro. Soldiers win wars. By Donovan Mitchell, by being quiet, because I heard somebody say it. Somebody was like, yo, what was understood don't need to be said. No. Nah, bro, not today. Not in 2022. Not in 2023. Social media is bumping off because people have things to say and they saying it. We in a different age. In 1968, what was understood don't need to be said. But today, if you're not talking, if you're not expressing how you feel, you're gonna be forgotten. I don't care if you a rapper, if you a rapper with the dopest fire album out, if you don't push yourself out there in front of everybody on social media and say some stuff, don't nobody care about how dope your product is. If you doing clothes, people don't care nothing about how dope your clothes is. If you're not pushing yourself out there in front of the people using social media to let people know who you are, how you feel, bro, you're gonna be skipped over and forgotten. Donovan Mitchell kept his mouth closed, and guess where he is at today? Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, right. Hey, Freezy, I agree with you 100%. But that's what I'm saying. But when you look at the narrative of the black athlete, oh, he's overbearing. He speaks his mind. He's not good for quote unquote America just because it's not businesslike. But then when you try to equate to the way that they do things, they stick you.
Right.
And that's what I'm looking at when I looked at him. Because just the opposite, because it seems like the beard Harden got every place he wanted to go.
Because
Every place.
because yeah, because he pushed them
You see
buttons.
the opposite? That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But here's the thing with even with you, OG, people will see you, OG, with a Knicks shirt on, right? And they'll say, and people will see the OG Rob the Knick with a Knicks shirt on, and what they'll say is, okay, he got a Knicks shirt on, he must be a Knicks fan. So I know Rob the Knick loved Julius Randle, right? And I know OG want to trade all them kids to go get a star player. You know what I'm saying? Today, rush this process, speed this process up, because he want the Knicks to win today. You know what I'm saying? Keep Tibbs here because Tibbs is a proven coach. Tibbs can get you to the second round or better to see. But here's the thing: what's understood doesn't need to be said. Doesn't work here because the OG has a complete opposite take of that. You can't assume what Rob the Knick is saying just because he was. That's what I'm saying. Like the thing is, when people say what's understood don't need to be said, nah. Rob the Knick, the OG, has something he want to say. That's why he's here on social media expressing his views and opinions. You got to put your stuff today. It's a different day. Donovan Mitchell kept his mouth closed and tried to play it the right way, the conventional way, and people in positions of authority traded him to a place that, for all we know, is not one of his desired destinations. Right?
So,
what we learned was what we thought was New York, Brooklyn, or Miami.
so that narrative that we're saying about what needs to be said, should we switch up and say something like whatever's not said would never be known what need to be done? Because it didn't get done because he muted himself.
He muted himself, bro.
Playing a role, being a good guy to the NBA. I'm not
Yep.
gonna knock you. I'm not gonna knock you knock you for that, Donovan, because everybody has a different character within themselves and lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Us New York people, we're more aggressive at things. We are more go getter type things.
Right.
Then you might go down south and then they might be more laid back. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock you because you're not the same way as me. Or maybe I can knock myself a little bit because I'm not the same way as you. But in this day and time, if you don't speak out, you know what I'm saying, for what you want, as Freezy just said, you're pretty much going to get rolled over. You know, me personally, for this situation, you know, I know we all a fan favorite of the movie New Jack City. So I'm gonna say we just living just enough for the city, y'all. Living just the for the city. Living. But we looking for the Knicks. But them two characters went up on the roof and they played the role of, you know what I'm saying, Ice-T and Nino Brown. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But the roles was Ice-T. Ice-T was Leon Rose. Danny Ainge was
Nino.
Nino Brown. And he said that so what I just what you did that was personal, and what did Nino Brown, aka Danny Ainge, tell? No, it's never personal. It's business. So this was a business situation all the way around the board for Danny Ainge. It was business for us too, but the problem is on the outside of the business, the ones that got the short end of the stick is us, the fan base, because in their minds, both of them felt like they was doing the right thing. One thing I can say about what Leon Rose has going on that played a little part with the Carmelo trade is during that time when we wanted Melo and Melo wanted to come in and he didn't know what they was doing. Dolan said, "Go get him." It's the same scenario with this situation with Donovan. Trust believe Dolan was hearing about this, but Dolan didn't interfere. So that lets you know that Dolan is really out of the way and he's letting Leon handle whatever he is. Because if Dolan would have knocked on the door and said, "Yo, go get him," I'm dinner. And he wasn't thinking about ticket sales and all that because he know we're gonna sell out the garden regardless of any who's in that building. So, like for this situation, I commend him, give him a little respect, for that, staying out of the way.
No doubt.
Staying out of the way and letting Leon hold it. But my thing is this now. I haven't spoke about this situation at all nowhere. But I'm speaking about it today, and I have to think and wondering and make sure I'm on the right page. And the right page that I'm going to be on, I'm going to point my finger at Leon because you didn't trade up to go get nobody in no drafts. All you did was trade back. You accumulated all these picks, but you also said that we're going to go young. So I now see that you're going for the young. Now you got to figure out a way to get these dudes up out of these young guys' way. I don't want to come in here next season and seeing these young guys that was on the list and did not get traded, and they're still here and they're on the damn bench. No, I do not want to see that. That's what will piss me off. I'm over and done with the Donovan, and I ain't got to even be stressing myself about we're going to get him, we ain't going to get him. It's over and done with. But I don't want to get stressed and see these young. I don't want to see no Derrick Rose playing in front of Quickly. I don't want to see no Evan Fournier playing in front of Grimes. I don't want to see no Evan Fournier playing in front of Cam if he's going to still be here. I don't want to see none of them old centers, which we don't got rid of them, thank God, that's going to be in anybody's way. You must continue on building and playing the young guys until we come up in another situation to try to strike again. You have to continue on doing that. You cannot come out and do anything different about, this roster. You can't go get no more older veterans to bring them more. I don't want to see no Carmelo Anthony come over here taking minutes away from none of these guys. I don't want to see none of that happening. So continue on going and doing what you're doing with the youth. You're going with the youth. Do not cross paths. Do not change your path. Build and develop these guys. And when you build and develop, don't build them and develop them to trade them. Build and develop them to stay here. To create their own chemistry, to play together, to form together, to win together, to lose together. To chase together. Go to the playoffs together. Go to practices together. Go hang out in restaurants together. Go to the movies together. Let them build and stay completely together. Do not interfere with it because you did not make no moves with all these draft picks to bring nobody in here. So develop the young kids, man. Please. Do not do nothing.
Wow. With that being said, we can end it right here. Now I'm joking. He's right.
I agree 100%, J Bug. 100.
Jay Boogie right. On top of that, how long does Donovan Mitchell have on his contract anyway left?
3 years plus a play option that he'll decline so that he can become a free agent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this whole Cleveland thing, they got a 2-year window really to win it because he's just a rental there. In my opinion, I don't think he'll sign back to Cleveland unless they win a chip.
They actually got one hope. Darius is locked in. They're gonna lock in that big man. They're gonna lock both of the big men in. They got a shooting guard. They got a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 5. They locked in. They got one bit of hope, and this is their hope. Because he signed for 97, 2 year, but a 1 year player option. If things don't go right in LA, if it don't go right in LA, and he always said he was going to end his career in Cleveland. If it don't go right in LA, that man might go back home and be that fifth missing piece for that squad. He might. That's the only hope they got. If LeBron don't go back to Cleveland, then I'd look for Donovan to pick and choose where he want to go.
But does Bron help
Wow.
at this point at 40, 41 of how old he'll be?
But it don't matter though, because you're talking about Evan Mobley is going to be a top 5
Yeah.
player
I'm
at his
sorry.
position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Garland
Darius
still.
Garland is going to be a top 10 player at his position.
Jared
Donovan
Allen
Mitchell is
still.
going to be a top 5 player at his position. Jared Allen is going to be a top 10 player at his position. And then all you need is the wisdom of a LeBron James.
That's
the
it.
player coach. The player coach on the court.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, but got to do nothing. Yeah.
Well, that's if it comes to pass, because look, Mobley is a good player, but like I say, he was like any other rookie in the league last year. He was up and down. So I seen players that started off hot in the league and they fizzled out. I'm sure we all did. So we can pump the brakes on what Evan Mobley is gonna be. You know, he looked good and then he looked bad at times. So let's just wait and see.
Somebody said it on the panel.
OG, don't. Yeah, come on, man. Let's give other teams talent. Credit for having talent.
But no, it's only 1 year, Freezy. I am. He's been up and down.
Peyton Manning set an NFL record for interceptions his rookie year. Peyton Manning threw 27 touchdowns. Would you have thrown Peyton Manning away right then?
I'm not saying throw him away. I'm just saying to put on what he's gonna be. He was up and down last year
because he was a rookie, bro.
He's a rookie.
But if you say that, OG, because think about it. If you say that, then how come we can't apply the same thing to the Knicks players?
We do.
No,
we just don't apply it to other players.
Nah, we don't, bro. We say Knicks players are the best, bro.
Hey, no, not all of us. That's split half and half through Knick Nation. You got half of us that will overvalue, and the other half will undervalue. That's just what it is. But when we look at other players, we don't do that. We look from afar. We see all we see in them is greatness.
But see, you know,
that's why we be wanting them on the team.
The thing about his cyclone ups and downs, every time he went down was a learning point for him to come back up. And that's that's some of the things we didn't get with our young players. They didn't get a chance to go out there and be able to have faults, make mistakes, make errors, make bad decisions without being yanked and pulled out. See, those are learning points. That's how you develop. And so now, the things that you saying was down moments for him, those are going to be up moments for him this year to go along with all the up moments that he had last year, because they developed. They put him out there in that fire, get burned, cook. Matter of fact, we're going to put you on a plate. We're going to eat you. You're going to cook with this fire. And that's what we should have been doing long ago. And those are words that you were saying, Rob.
Hey, look, I didn't say one word that what you was saying was wrong, but also you got to also look at this point too. Our young bench, our second unit was one of the best benches in the league. That's with vets and young guys. Our bench was one of the best, and that was our young guys. That's why we're looking at them. But the only reason why last year I didn't really trip on it was because they was 1 year and 2 year players. Now, you won't get the same thing from me this year if they pull what they pulled last year. If Tibbs pulled what he pulled last year, because now, like I used to always say, the analogy, these pups were scratching at the fence. They was ready to get out last year. I thought they was a year early, But Tibbs bet not pull what he pulled last year. He bet not. It's time to release the reins, or they gonna hear my wrath, because that's what I always said. You gave them an extra year. They showed promise earlier, because I always thought it would be this year anyway. So now what they already showed last year, you can't hold no restraints on this team, Tibbs. If you do, you'll be out of here by Christmas. That will be the New York Christmas gift. Tibbs is gone. If he pulled what he pulled last year, there's no room for that now, especially after what went on this summer. He cannot do that. So you're right. I still say the same thing, Bug. You're 100% right on that. I was the one saying it, and I'm still saying it. That's why I said what you said when you said. I agree 100%.
With Tibbs 3 years, his 5-year situation is over and done. They don't want it back. That's guaranteed. But right now, we all playing a role where it's, what I'm saying, it's the young kids, and you can best believe it's going to be somebody that can come in and ride and go along with these young kids, because Tibbs wants a team that can go in the playoffs and fight. We don't have that. So therefore, you can look somewhere down the line, what I'm saying, that sooner or later, we're going to probably go in a different direction. That's just my opinion. And
Mine too.
it's not Tibbs' fault. It's not Tibbs' fault. So don't get on. I really don't want to hear people get on Tom about what's going on, because this is really not what Tom really wanted. Tom wanted something that he can fight with from the jump. And you got that, and then you went in a different direction. You didn't build, something on top of what he made become, how he made them other guys become players that we thought. We didn't think Julius can do all that. You know what I'm saying? So, but if things don't go the right way, I don't get to point the finger at Tom and all this. It's just that in actuality, Leon really has chose to go in another way. I'm going young. I'm not letting this man run over us and take all our draft picks. I'm building until we sting and get a great lottery player inside the lottery. With all these picks, I can move up and go get us a major player, and then maybe add somebody that can go along and with the younger guys. But he's going. I just say, come on, RJ. It's your time, RJ. Come on. Babyface Keith Sweat. It's time for you to do and handle your business. You got your little money, and you're the number one player, and you're on this team. Handle your business, man.
That all sounds. They all on the clock in my eyes. They, like the players get paid to play. Tom Thibodeau gets don't care who's the recipe, the ingredients for he needs the coach. Leon blew it. They sat back and they overplayed their hand. Now we don't have Donovan. Now we got to hitch our wagon, which most of the Knicks fans have done anyway, to RJ Barrett. Man, I'm not excited about the season coming. I don't know who's coming down the line. We keep waiting and waiting. Everybody wants to say, okay, we shouldn't have did it, man. This deal should have been done a long time ago. I know Danny Ainge is a shark, but if we would have laid it out a long time ago, I'm sure Knicks fans would have been excited for Donovan Mitchell this
let me interject something here. I just want to interject. What about the Knicks hitching their wagons to the young talent? What about the Knicks hitching their wagons to the guys that didn't get minutes for political reasons?
Can we trust Tom?
Wait. Hold on. Let me finish. How about the Knicks hitching their wagons to Cameron Reddish?
Yes.
Hold on. How about the Knicks hitching their wagons to RJ Barrett and Obi Toppin, to Emmanuel Quickly, to Quentin Grimes, right? Because when you look at the breakdown, like for instance, I think the star in the making here is Cam Reddish. Where I disagree with Cam Reddish fans at is they make 1,000 excuses like he's a star already. He is not. He is a terrible offensive player, and he is very selfish. He's an arrogant human being. Sometimes. Right? When people ask Cam Reddish, what can he bring to a team? Cam Reddish told people, he looked them in the eyeballs just like this and said, I feel like I'm a star. Notice he didn't say, I feel like, what I bring to the table can help a team win. Right? Now, and if you Cam Reddish and you hear me say this, Cam Reddish will be like, man, I'm not arrogant. I just have self-confidence. Right. But that might be what you believe, but that's not what you said. Right? Like when you look at Cam Reddish's best asset since he's been in the league, Rob the Nick, what do you think Cam Reddish's best asset is since he's been in the league? The thing he does the best as an NBA player.
Sit on the bench.
Right. You don't know. Cam Reddish's best asset since he's been in the league is not just been his scoring because he's a career 38% from the floor shooter. As a wing player shooting 38% from the floor. That's a truck. He shouldn't even be in the league. The only reason why he's in the league right now is because he got a contract.
Can I respond, please?
No, let me finish. Cam Reddish's best asset is his wing defense. The thing he does best is get on-ball steals, quick hands, agility, and athletic ability. Right? Cam Reddish wants to lead the NBA in scoring, but his best talent is defense. You don't have to believe me. You can look it up. It's on basketballreference.com. Go to his advanced stats. Look at Cam Reddish's best asset is 2.8 steals per every 100 possessions. That means every 100 possessions Cam Reddish is on the floor, he's going to get you almost 3 steals. Right? And so that means 100 possessions. What is that? That's probably like one NBA game. So if Cam Reddish got NBA starters minutes, he's going to get you about 2.8 steals a game. Right? That is impressive. That is Scottie Pippen-like. Cam Reddish doesn't embrace that, though. Right? You know what Cam Reddish embraces? Shooting the ball and not passing. At one point, Cam Reddish assist percentage was in single digits, OG. Rob the Nick. Cam Reddish's assist percentage was in single digits. That means Cam Reddish gets the ball. He doesn't pass to teammates. All he looks to do is shoot the ball and then shoot it at a 38% clip. Who wants to play with that? Who wants to? Y'all played pickup ball before. Who want to play with a dude that hog the ball, shoot and miss, and won't pass the ball to his teammates? Right? Who want to play with a dude like that? Right? But here's the thing. Who wants to play with a dude that gets 2.8 steals a game and gets himself and his teammates out on a fast break?
Everybody,
right? Everybody. Hey, Chilltown, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I just had to spit that stuff out so that you know what I'm saying, my stuff can be taken into context.
I look to come at you with the can too, Freezy, but I'm gonna let Chilltown go.
Yeah, I'll be quick. So, Freeze, here's the thing. I'm a New York Knicks fan, and I know I get on the RJ bandwagon and want to smash on them all day. And you know I'm down with Cam. So I can appreciate you sharing the statistics. But here's the thing. It's not just Cam. It's not just Cam that I root for. I wanted quickly to get burned last year. I wanted Obi to get burned last year. I wanted Cam to get burned last year. And the first thing you said when you came on was about Tom Thibodeau. Or the question I asked you, Tom Thibodeau is not going to allow the kids to play if the roster stays as it's currently constructed. Because we know what he's about. He's about keeping his job, trying to keep a winning record so that years down the road, he's looked at as a winning coach. So he sacrificed the kids' development last year. So first and foremost, I'm a Knicks fan. I want the team to win. I have just not bought in to the fact that, people hitch their wagon to RJ when RJ is not in. So I'm sorry about that. That's just how it is. But when it comes to Cam, I want to see him get burned, man. And what would have been wrong with the lineup? Brunson, Mitchell, Cam, Julius or Obi, and then Mitch. I have nothing wrong with that lineup, man. So all the people who did not want to get Mitch because they felt like we were giving up too much, I don't feel that way. I'm tired of waiting. I've been a Knicks fan for 40-something years. We have not had a talent offensively like Mitch ever. And I wanted to see that. So if I'm jumping the gun or whatever.
That's because you went to Snyder.
That's right. So, hey, Leon, man, what have those?
I sit up here with Orange. Ragging you about.
I don't
Snyder,
think
right?
that. I don't think that Mitchell was a better talent than Marbury.
Well, that's debatable, but
Melo.
That's debatable. But here's the thing: we have not had anyone athletic like that can get some excitement. When the last time you guys were excited, man? You telling me watching RJ excites you? Come on.
Well, Obi Toppin is pretty athletic.
He is, but Obi needs some more toughness in him. He needs to dunk with authority. He needs to.
Then what do Cam need?
So it's like, I mean,
Cam
you can always
baller.
find a hole. You can always find a hole in every player.
Yes, you can, and that's why I said I wanted all the young kids to burn last year. Now, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? We're waiting on the next star to supposedly become disgruntled. Man, I'm tired of this. Get the guy in here and build from there. People keep saying if we brought Mitch in, he's not going to make us a championship contender. So what? Bring that guy in and build from there. Everybody do their job. Tom Thibodeau, you coach the players we get. You put the best players on the floor. Stop this old veteran favoritism crap. Leon Rose, pull the trigger. That deal should have been done, man.
But you say 47 years you've been a Knicks fan and you don't have a problem with a 6-foot backcourt?
Here's the reason I don't. Because we can, like you said, we can make a problem out of everything. Bring that in here and let's see it.
Bring the problem in, huh?
It's like 50-50 though. It's 50-50.
Why is it a problem?
You know what I'm saying?
Why is it a problem?
Let me cook for a second, chill.
Hey, well, hold on. See, we talking about a small backcourt. Donovan Mitchell is a Cleveland Cavalier.
Well, that's their problem now. I didn't say that he wouldn't be on the NBA team.
There's a difference.
But I
There's a
didn't want that
difference with them
problem
and
in
us,
New York.
though. There's a difference
What's
between
the
us.
difference? What's the difference?
They have a 7-foot defensive center and they have a 7-foot defensive power forward.
Yeah.
And they have a
Isaac
small
Okoro.
forward who can defend on the perimeter,
Yeah.
which we don't. Like RJ Barrett is still learning to defend. I think he has a couple of years more left until we can say that he's like a good defender to great defender. Julius Randle, we know, cannot defend the rim. He could probably defend his man pretty well on one-on-one situations because he's really strong. And Mitchell Robinson, okay, he's a okay shot blocker, but besides that, the team is built differently. So if I'm Cleveland, I'm okay with doing the move that they did. You know, the picks that they gave to Danny Ainge ain't as valuable as our picks. So they're giving lesser value per se to get the Donovan Mitchell type player in there to finish the games, even though they still had a Karis LeVert. They're going for it. I'm okay with it. But for the Knicks perspective, I'm still fit. It's not like I'm glad that we didn't get him. I would have liked to have Donovan Mitchell on my team, but I'm also not up in arms because we didn't give up all these guys to get him. So it's like 50-50 for me. The defense really worries me on Donovan Mitchell's side. I don't think Jalen Brunson is also, a top tier defender. And then if they get bogged down, Julius Randle has to try to defend the rim. And then Mitchell Robinson is the last man standing. He's gonna foul out in the first quarter, bro. Second quarter, he's gonna have 3 fouls.
Can I interject here, guys? Salute,
Marvin. You always the voice of reason, Marvin.
I try to be, man. Salute to everybody on the panel. Salute to the chat.
Salute.
First of all, I just want to address where we are, where we were last year, and where we headed. So I'll start with where we are. I guess we back at the draft, guys, where we had Jalen Duren in our hand and let him go, right? Was that our direction? Now, remember, supposedly we let Jalen go because we were going to stockpile draft picks and get a veteran free agent, a good one. We had a chance to get one. And to everybody to say that he was a problem because of defense, I just want to hear the plus side of last year's defense, considering if you had Donovan Mitchell now. Were we on the plus side last year on defense, guys? Was Donovan Mitchell going to put us 28th in the league in defense? Was he going to bring the offense up? And Cleveland, I don't even want to mention Cleveland. I'm not worried about Cleveland. I'm worried about the New York Knicks. I am not worried about nothing about Cleveland. I can't compare what Cleveland has to what we have. Why? For what? That doesn't help us. Doesn't help us a bit. So we have to concentrate on what we need. Now, I understand Danny wanted a lot, but who's to say, because we didn't make this deal here, that the next free agent team is not going to want a lot? Are we going to fold again? Are we going to hold our hand again? Are we going to say, well, it's going to hurt our defense again? Are we going to say, I don't know about this again? To the last gentleman before me who just spoke, I'm one of them ones been waiting for 40 years too, guys. I'm sick of this shit. Listen, if you're going to make the deal, make the deal. With risk come reward. You get nothing for free, guys. Nothing for free. Nothing for free. If you think the next deal, this coming off season, is going to be sweet and shiny for the Knicks, you got another thing coming. It's going to be tough too. Then what you going to do? No, I don't know about this one either. And then another year goes by. And honestly, the reason I'm saying this is how many of us on this panel to this very day, with this current roster, how far do we all think we're going to go? At
No
least with
further
Donovan.
than we was with Donovan Mitchell. He would have probably added an extra 4 games.
Okay, but the
And
difference
then
in that is that if you bring in Donovan Mitchell, you trying, you doing something, just like you brought in Brunson. You got to start somewhere. I know it wasn't enough.
we
And
are
well, let me
starting
finish.
somewhere.
Hold on, wait, let me finish. The next free agent we get, we're going to need some help with him also. So what are you saying? Don't get Donovan, try to get, because who you want? Gary Trent Jr., he's on the market this coming up season. You think that's enough? You're going to need help with him too. You're going to need help with whoever. If it ain't Kevin Durant, Giannis, or either Joel Embiid or Joker, you're going to need some help with it. You was going to need help with Donovan Mitchell. I understand that. But don't tell me that Danny Ainge was asking for way too much, because Cleveland gave up quite a bit, guys. They gave up a little bit.
No, they didn't. They didn't even play those players.
Yeah,
all right.
their core was
Okay,
still
listen. I'm sorry for even bringing up Cleveland, because that's not my damn problem. My problem is the New York Knicks, not Cleveland. And I apologize again to the panel in the chat for bringing that name up again, because I'm not. And I understand you still saying, okay, but we was going to be this, we was going to lose so much. So to you, and directly to you, this upcoming offseason, when we decide to get another free agent, what is enough for you? Are you going to say again, don't give up that much?
No, I'm not going to say the
So
only.
why didn't you say it now then? So why would you wait now?
I'll give you a second. Give me a second. I seen
Real
number
quick,
one.
it's not a free agent. Donovan was not a free agent. So
Well,
it's
okay. Free agent, whatever. A good player.
Right.
What is enough for you? What do you want to give up? 1 draft pick and 2 players? That's not happening in today's NBA. It's not happening. That's all I'm
Well,
getting. I'm not
let me put
angry
the
at
question to
anybody
you
who
right
feels
quick.
that we.
Let me put the question to you right
I'm gonna
quick.
say this, and you guys can go ahead. I'm gonna say this, you guys can go ahead. All I'm saying is this: if you're gonna keep sitting on your hands, you're gonna be on your hands because we ain't gonna get nothing. If we don't want to take a risk on something, you're not gonna get nothing. You're not gonna get nothing for free. And the only way you're gonna get something if you have to give up something to get it. And that's just what it is. So to everybody who's happy with it, I understand. But to more people who's not happy with it, I more understand. Because I'm to the sentiment that I'm ready to see what's going on now. And I knew Donovan wasn't enough, but the next free agent is not going to be enough. Also, we're going to need to put more with him also. Thanks a lot, Freezy. I got to run.
And that's good talk, brother. That's good talk.
I thought exactly.
Appreciate you, bro. And he asked that he was asking that it was rhetorical. OG. I know sometimes.
I know, but when he said no, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
No, not that one. I'm talking about before that.
Oh, but hey, people, look, everybody only can give the way they feel about it personally. But like I said, I understand the other side of it. Like I said, if he would have came, I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have jumped out the window or nothing. But he just wasn't the player. Like I said, if it would have been Brunson first, if it would have been Mitchell before Brunson, you wouldn't have heard a word out of me. You wouldn't have heard a word. But once, because we did things like that in the past. We had Marbury and Francis. We had Jerome James and Eddie Curry. And they was all obtained at the same time. And it wound up hurting us more than it helped us. So that's the way I'm looking at it through the history of the things that I've seen the New York Knicks do with certain type of players. And it never worked out for the best when we did it.
All right.
And that's
Ask your question real quick.
I agree. I would agree with that.
Let me
100%, man.
say this. I want to address this to Eddie C and to Greeny. Greeny, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. My son over here crying.
Hey, did you notice how I was speaking directly to Chilltown about Cam Reddish and how the conversation got yanked in a different direction, and we want to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm talking about, the moderation piece. This is the thing I've been talking about. And I'm sorry for y'all for bringing this up on screen, but these are the things that we talk about constantly. Like, we had a point on the floor that Eddie C and Chilltown was talking about. And then all of a sudden we just went in another direction. And all the stuff that Eddie C and Chilltown was talking about is forgotten because we're talking about a 6-1 backcourt in Cleveland, Ohio. So what I'm saying is, man, when we do these things, let's at least try to stay on what the topic is, so that we won't have 2 or 3 conversations going on at once. Eddie C, that's what I was trying to interject when you was trying to jump in. I was trying to stay on that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So
when it comes to, I actually was writing down the points about Cam Reddish, but sometimes the conversations skew. Like, I think when you were talking to Chilltown, basically took it to Cleveland there. When it comes to Cam, like, I don't think he has a space in the Knicks right now because of all the things that you mentioned. His eye mentality, because he has skill, especially I think he thinks he's a point guard.
Okay.
He's great at the top of the key. And that's where the point guard usually defends, at the top of the key.
Right.
He's a great ball handler and he's a great free throw shooter. Right. But he doesn't like getting to the rim.
Right. And he doesn't finish there.
He doesn't get to the rim to get to the free throw line, so he can shoot at the 80% clip that he shoots for his career.
And he shoots 50% at the free throw line, bro. I mean, at the rim. I mean.
Okay. So those are the things that are going to counteract his ability to stay on the floor with his injury history, and to be somebody that the coach, especially Tom Thibodeau, is going to put in crunch time and lean on. So with me, when it comes to Cam Reddish, I think we have to find him a new home. They just kicked the can down the road, as they say. Those terms that they kicked the can down the road. They got that first pick off. They took Kevin Knox off their books and they took a shot at Reddish to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
It didn't look okay. It didn't look as great as they wanted. So now they can get some assets because his name still rings bells.
Okay. Let me push back a little bit on the Cam Reddish doesn't have a home here thing.
Okay.
Right. Because I think Cam does have a home here, but I just don't think it's the way that he wants it to be. Right. And I know that sounds weird, right? Like why would I say it that way? Right. But here's why. Like for instance, I'm gonna ask you a question that's not rhetorical, right? Historically, who is the better wing defender, Lou Dort or Cam Reddish?
You said it was rhetorical?
No, not rhetorical. I want you to answer it specifically.
Well, when you put it like that, I don't have the. I would say
No,
Cam Reddish because we looked at Lou Dort not too long ago, and his defensive ratings wasn't as great.
I
have a piece to say about that because when you're going up against the best off guards in the NBA, you're gonna get scored on.
Right.
Especially at 6'3" or whatever he is. He's going up against Devin Booker every night.
Right.
He's going up against if he's going against Denver when Jamal Murray, you know what I'm saying? He's going against Donovan Mitchell every night. He's going against all these guys every night. So,
like how Scottie Pippen used to go up against Reggie Miller.
No, Scottie Pippen is the ish.
Like, I'm just saying.
Scottie Pippen is
Scottie Pippen used to take on the best offensive wing scorer on the other team.
And he had Michael Jordan, who wasn't a slouch on the other
Michael
side.
Jordan was probably just as good as
seconds. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what. Well, what I'm saying is this. I think that Cam has a home here, right? And the reason why I think he has a home here is because if he buys into team basketball, I think Cam Reddish can become a star, right? Organically, like coming up out the dirt, building it inch by inch, step by step, as opposed to thinking he can just score 60 points and the people will love him. Right?
Yeah, the thing is that his body has never let him through his whole career.
Yeah, I'm thinking though that this dude, if he embraces the rise to stardom the whole old school way, I think Cam Reddish can be a star in New York. But if he thinks he can just come in, take the ball, and just score 40 points a game, it'll never work. He won't get his chances, and his teammates won't like it, his coaches won't like it, and ultimately he'll be out of the league.
Hey, Freeze, can I get some of that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when you say Cam has a home here, I have a hard time believing that because, as I touched on before, since he got here, he's been treated like a redheaded stepchild. And, you know, you can go on, oh, Cam said this, Cam said that, Cam gets hurt. It's true. We can look at every NBA player, once again, and pull stuff out that's negative about them. But my only gripe is this, when it goes back to the team and Cam. Thibodeau did not play the young kids last year. I wanted to see the kids get burned to see what we actually had. Now,
that's not true.
Hold on.
I'm not holding on. Tibbs did play kids.
Tibbs he played the kids.
Tibbs played RJ Barrett, who was 21. He played RJ Barrett 35 minutes a game. Tibbs played Mitchell Robinson.
RJ was the third
pick. Right. And he also played Quentin Grimes 17 minutes a game. He played Obi Toppin 17 minutes a game. He played Emmanuel Quickly 23 minutes a game.
Okay. So let me clarify.
But what you're saying,
let me clarify.
So what you're saying though is Tibbs didn't have defined roles for these kids. Like he gave them minutes, but he didn't give them responsibilities.
Okay.
Now if you say it that way, I will agree with you 100%.
Okay, I'm on that side. We'll say that. We'll say it that way. But my whole point is this: when you say Cam has a home here,
right?
Cam was not treated good from the very beginning. Like I said, I know this is a business. I know you gotta earn your spots on the team. I know that. But Cam is up due for a contract this year. And if you're telling me that Cam should feel good about where he's at with the New York team, and he should just go out there and get her done, which he should go out there and ball. But there's no way I feel like Cam has a spot on his team when he was not welcome from the very beginning, and the head coach comes out and says that. He says it in his BS way, saying that I have no room for him. Whatever Tom has to say is trash. But he has no spot on his team. The moment that they can get rid of him, I feel like they're going to do that. They probably attempted that 100 times already, and the trading is not over yet. So before we go to the season, I doubt Cam will be on this team. So if you're treated like a redheaded stepchild.
But Chilltown, listen. So Cam Reddish got treated bad, right? Right? And so I agree with you. Right? But here's the thing. So did Julius Randle. Julius Randle was treated bad. Obi Toppin was treated bad. Some people would even say that Deuce McBride was treated bad. Right? There's a bunch of people. Man, Evan Fournier was treated bad.
But we're talking about Cam.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is it's not it wasn't a personal vendetta. It was an environment of treating people bad.
So it goes back to Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I'm with you. But what I just want to say to that though is this: if the environment is not conducive for young kids and young players to thrive, would you rather change the kids or change the environment?
I'd rather change the environment.
Me too. You and I agree. I want Cam Reddish to get a chance, but I don't want Cam Reddish walking in here thinking he a star. That's the one that Cam Reddish, if you watching, bro, you got to cut out this egomania tour, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because basketball is about teams winning versus another team. It's not about one guy coming in, proving to everybody that he can be the best to ever do it.
So you truly feel
do you guys remember when Obi Toppin was a rookie and he got 11 minutes a game and he didn't even deserve them?
Yeah, I remember that.
And Thibodeau was the coach, right?
Yeah.
And Emmanuel Quickly was a rookie, and he got thrust into major playing time as a rookie.
Yeah.
And we had a good season.
Yep.
And then next year, some things change, and Obi Toppin gets a little bit more minutes. Emmanuel Quickly gets a little bit more minutes. We draft a rookie in Grimes. He gets some minutes, and we didn't have an okay season. And then the narrative changes, from an okay organization, an okay coaching bench to now we gotta get rid of him. Is that how quick we just change our minds and because if that's how quick we change our minds, the business will never be right.
Right.
You have to let people work through their things, yo.
I agree.
I have a little business, right? I have 4 employees. Okay, I have 2 girls and I have 2 boys. When it comes to working, one of my top employees is one of my boys, right?
Right.
The second one is not as good as him. I'm gonna put it like that.
Okay.
It's not as good, and this ties into the Cam Reddish situation, because we can look at my first employee as Cam Reddish having all the ability in the world. He can do this, he can do that, right? But he has the same thing as Cam Reddish. It's all about him. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about him, and he doesn't work he's not good in a group environment. But the other kid, he maybe not be as good as my first employee, but he can be as good, and he doesn't have those extra problems. So when it comes down to scheduling, my first employee gets upset because the other kid who does everything that I tell him to do gives me no back talk, gives me almost the same type of get back when it comes to the job. I give him a better schedule. And the other kid doesn't understand why, because he thinks he's so good at what he does.
Okay.
So you know why? So without even me explaining it to you, do you know why I do this? I make it the way that it is because I need somebody that when I have the opportunity to lean on somebody, I know that person is going to be there.
That was a rhetorical question. I was just about to jump in and answer. Man, y'all killing me. Y'all gotta say.
But you see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going?
I do. I follow the whole
And
way,
this happens in the organization.
It's levels to this. It's levels to this thing.
Yes. And I didn't even want to take it there because I don't like putting my business out like that. But sometimes you just to make a point, people have to understand that it's just not what you see on the surface.
Okay. Yo, Eddie, you're gonna go to work. There's gonna be some issues, bro.
Ain't gonna be no issues, baby, because I'm the boss.
Nah, no, they're gonna be like, yo, Eddie, what's up, bro?
You better not go outside and smoke us.
My bro, they don't even speak English. They have no idea that I do this.
They're gonna be like, yo.
They have no idea that I do this. They don't know nothing about the Knicks. They don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Eddie, he says, I does this, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of. But yeah, man, like,
bro.
But there's layers to these things, and there's reasons why people do what they do, what we cannot see because all we see is the basketball game.
Right. True. So when we're looking at Cam Reddish and his situation, a lot of politics. And if Cam feels like he's a star, then he feels like he's a star. We put up with Julius Randle. I hear so many people come on here backing Julius Randle. Julius Randle, whether it's under the surface or on the surface, he's a ticking time bomb that's out of control. But because he puts up 20 and 10, because he's been given the time to put up 20 and 10, people go to bat for him. So I totally get what you just said with that analogy, which is on point. I'm just using that as an example because when we say the underlying things, oh, Cam might not be practicing hard, or Cam might not be doing this. I don't like Cam's demeanor because he shows no emotion. But that doesn't mean he's not doing what he needs to do. It's proven, in my eyes, that management, as well as Tom Thibodeau, have been have been performing malpractice with this team. And like Freezy said, if we had a conducive environment where the team that we had was allowed to get out there and play because of their abilities
and
learn, we'd be in a much better
and grasp responsibility.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like if they had responsibilities every night.
And I'm with that.
Right. And so my thing about Cam, just real quick, my thing is not about Cam thinking he's a star. Is Cam acting like he's a star? Those are two different. He don't pass the basketball. I just told you that. Cam Reddish's assist percentage is 7.
Okay. Is it not Tom Thibodeau? Is it not Tom Thibodeau's job to coach the team? If Cam is the best talent on the team, let's say he's the best talent on the team, you're not gonna coach him up because
either you're a willing passer or you're not.
Exactly, bro. I gave you the example. So, there's A and there's B. A is better than B. I need B right now.
Right.
Okay, I get that, but we're talking about basketball. A game
is the same thing.
I gave you. I understand you're passionate about Cam, but I gave you his career field goal percentage, and I gave you his assist percentage, and basically what that proves to people that watch basketball is Cam Reddish would rather take a poor shot than pass the ball to his teammates.
Remember AI didn't pass? Remember Allen Iverson didn't pass? Then somehow he was able to average 10 assists.
I'm going to look up Allen Iverson's career. Okay, Allen Iverson.
No. In the beginning, remember the knock on Allen Iverson, he didn't pass the ball. He takes poor shots, ball hog.
But then Iverson's a way better talent.
Jordan too.
Then later in his season, later in his career,
Jordan's thing, you'll be amazed how much Jordan passed in those early years. It's just dudes. It's just those teams were terrible.
And I think this guy Chilton has the passion for Cam like I do for Quentin Grimes. And I don't get into the conversations about Quentin Grimes is this, Quentin Grimes is that. I know what Quentin Grimes is, and the reason why Tom Thibodeau and the reason why he doesn't get put in these packages is because the organization, and I see it as well, know what Quentin Grimes is.
Right.
Hey, look, they
And
said
just real quick, Allen Iverson in his first season as a pro in the NBA, this cat, his assist,
He had like 5, right?
Allen Iverson's assist percentage was 33.6. Bro, now you might knock Allen Iverson for turning the ball over, but Allen Iverson per 100 possessions assisted on a bucket 33.6% of the time.
He averaged 7.5 assists, bro.
Bro,
For his
Allen
career.
Iverson, and so
For his career is different.
Yeah, his
6.2.
assist percentage is 5 times that of Cam Reddish.
And I guess the thing that bothers me, Freeze, is that I feel like Cam has probably the best talent on the team, and Tom Thibodeau,
the best physical talent.
Hey, look.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. And Tom Thibodeau refused to use him. And
hey, look, he was in Atlanta.
Hold on. Last thing. And it falls back. I guess I'm so mad at Tom Thibodeau because he has not done his job. And that's probably the biggest problem with me because I feel like Tom Thibodeau did not maximize our team. And we are talking about Cam. I'm a Cam supporter. So that's why I feel.
Okay, now look.
Hey, OG, let me just tell you this real quick. You remember Michael in the Jordanaires era, right? Remember Michael in the Jordanaires era?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan and 4 other dudes?
Yeah.
Right? When Michael Jordan was taking all those shots, his assist percentage was 25%. That's crazy.
Okay. Hey,
come
look,
on, bro.
check this out. Hey, look,
that
this is what I
means
want to
every 100 possessions, whether it was a turnover, a free throw, a missed shot, whatever.
But Freezy, the 100 possessions.
Michael Jordan assisted on a basket. Those numbers are insane.
But
and Cam
look,
Reddish's number is 7.
But Freezy, look, of the 100 possessions that you're talking about, he had the ball 95 times.
I understand what you're saying.
So, you know, it's not rocket science. He shot 66% of the time. He passed 30% of the time. That's Alvin Iverson. Michael Jordan shot 75% of the time. He passed the ball 25% of the time in the early stages. But what I was going to say about Cam,
but they
was
were
this here.
willing passes, though. OG is what I'm getting.
All right, but look, let's wrap this Cam thing up. Remember when Cam was coming here, Freezy? I told you what my cousins and them said in Atlanta about Cam. He was our Kevin Knox, low motor.
He did say that.
He was down there with a good coach. So his arrogance led to him not playing. That's something that you got to accept, Chilltown. Some of these things are with Cam himself. He has to humble himself. Yes, you were good in high school. Yes, you was good in college. But when you get to that, when you get to that next level, you have to have a certain mindset that you can take a little bit of what they're giving you and still help yourself develop. He took an attitude towards it, a lot of the learning and things like that he thought that he was better than. And this was coming from Atlanta before he even got here. And I told the Knick Nation about this with him coming in. So I really didn't see no big switch at the time when we got Cam. Now, you can't blame everything on Thibodeau because he was with McMillan and he was with Pierce before then. And they both came to the same conclusion. So you got to look at, is it the coaches or is it Cam? It's starting to look like it's Cam.
It's Cam.
Is McMillan a coach? And
you say what?
Is McMillan pretty much the same type of coach as Tom Thibodeau?
No.
If you flip them up offensively, he's an offensive Tom Thibodeau. He's gonna run basic sets offensively. And he's gonna run them basic fundamental offensive sets in the hole. But let me ask James Lee. James Lee, what's good, man? You've been on the panel for like 30 minutes, ain't said a word. Shout out James Lee. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how are you? I just wanted to let you know one thing. The Cam Reddish, when he was playing for FIBA under 17, under 19 or something, guess what his position was?
Point guard.
point guard. But
Told you.
I don't know. I think they were trying. The coach was trying to use him as a like somewhat Josh Giddey like kind of play. I guess that's what I thought. Like I haven't exactly watched, but like apparently he was that kind of a player back then.
Right.
But he is not anymore. He's not like a passing first kind of player anymore. So yeah, it's not what he became. Not exactly what he was anyway. So, but then he doesn't specialize anything. So is he a scorer? No. Is he a passer? No. Is he a greatest defender? No. So yeah, he got to at least specialize in one thing. I think that's what he needs to do.
Bring an NBA skill to the table. That's what I was telling Chilltown earlier. The skill that Cam Reddish needs to bring to the table is defense. Bring defense to the table because his steal percentage per 100% of possessions is almost historic. Right?
Can he do that without playing time?
Can he do that with the minutes that he's given? Because let's not act like Cam Reddish wasn't getting playing time, bro. Don't do that. Don't act like Cam Reddish didn't play a minute while he's been here.
Okay. Hey, Freezy, with the roster we have back here and this year, there is no reason, I don't care with all the stuff you guys saying about Cam, there is no reason I shouldn't see what he has. Because up on him, coached him up. Tom Thibodeau loved up on him and coached him up. Cam, it felt like he was wanted and needed. Man, who knows what this guy will be?
Right, but we with you on that though.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody agrees on that.
If you went to a new job and you weren't accepted, how good would you feel?
Right, but we understand that though, Chilltown. We agree with you on that because we want Obi to get more minutes too.
But you also
want Grimes to get more minutes.
You gotta go to the job with the right attitude. He's still got an attitude like the best player.
Exactly. Don't matter how good you are, bro. If you don't bring the right attitude, man, you're not getting where you want to go.
Do we have the right attitude?
Yeah, but Julius
Randle. No. Does he?
Do we think we have? Can I just ask you guys one thing? Are we under the impression that the Reddish has a bad attitude? Is that what we kind of?
Nah, he doesn't have a bad attitude. Just Cam is lazy. Cam don't have a motor. If Cam was hungry right now, you wouldn't just been seeing Obi Toppin, Randle, them guys playing in them open leagues up there. You would have been seeing him showing off. I'm killing them dudes in them little open leagues this summer. You ain't see Cam one time, and that little one workout he was running like 20%. He has no motor. Cam wants to be in high school in the hallways talking to the girls. He don't want to grow up and be a man. He want to be pretty, and that's going to cause him to have a problem as far as making this NBA a complete career. You know what I'm saying? It's money on the line. You mean you're not hungry for this free NBA money that you was born and birthed to do? How you came up playing and where you worked so hard to get to? Now you get here, you're going to work yourself up out of the league. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're working on that because you're not hungry and you don't want it. That's Cam's problem, man. It's not his skill set, but he's too nice where he think everything going to be given to you. This is not a spoon-fed city. This is a place that doesn't have nothing, that's trying to get back to something, and we're not going to allow somebody like Cam to hold us back. Cam is shirts and skins. When I play high school ball, which was like dinosaurs just running around, but when I was at Benjamin Cardozo and you had skins to get a jersey, Cam is still in skins. What are you going to do about putting on that jersey? What are you going to do about getting a contract? What are you going to do about feeding your family if you got a baby being born after you? It's all on you, Cam. What are you going to do? You can't blame nobody else for your work and your participation and your hunger, your drive. Nobody else but yourself, man. You got guys in your way. What are you going to do when you get to practice? Yeah, Grimes is in your face. What are you going to do? RJ is in your face. What are you going to do? Are you going to make sure you're the first person to come off the bench? He's not looking to do none of that. So therefore, stay where you at. Stay getting the rumors that we're going to trade you up out of here because you're not a participant for the New York Knicks.
Word. Okay, nice. Okay, that's very true. I think. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
that was nice, James.
I would love for Cam Reddish to take the Bulls by the horn and take Quentin Grimes' spot, but he just doesn't do it.
Exactly.
There would be nothing that makes me happier for Quentin for this guy to take Quentin Grimes' spot. But Quentin Grimes
all this is based off
being in his grill all the time and just took this spot, yo.
So all this is
but
based off half the
that's
season
one
where he
thing
got
about we
where he
get
didn't.
mad at RJ, but Cam Reddish is closer to a bust than RJ, to be honest.
Right.
And we sit and talk about RJ, but he's the one producing. Cam Reddish is about to be a bust. 100%.
It is.
I don't even think it's close.
Hey, everybody has an opinion, but if they would have gave up on Tracy McGrady, would Tracy McGrady have been the great player that he was?
Yeah, but Tracy McGrady showed what he could do. What does Cam really showed?
Time out. In the beginning, Tracy McGrady not allowed to show what he could do.
No, he just wasn't really unleashed. He showed his talent. He just wasn't unleashed.
Yeah. So you saying Cam doesn't have that same talent?
You seen that he could.
He didn't even show it in Atlanta. He had an opportunity in Atlanta. He had Trae Young on his side. He was going against Kevin Huerter, who he probably beat out. He didn't beat out Kevin Huerter. There was a 3-spot open. There was DeAndre Hunter, who was probably playing the 4.
Always hurt.
And what did Atlanta do? They went out and they took Bogdanovich.
And he doesn't have nowhere near the same as Tracy McGrady. Remember, Tracy came in straight from high school. He came straight from Durham. And when he came here, he played against these big boys and realized he had to learn and understand what he needed to do, and that drove him. Cam came and played against these dudes after 1 year of high school and crashed. Where's his hunger?
Yeah, Cam.
Hey,
Cam
without current roster, I'm banking on Cam.
Okay.
Without current roster as constructed, banking on Cam.
And just to let you know, every one of us gentlemen that's on this panel, we want to see Cam do exactly what you got for. We're not against him. We want him to take over that 3 spot so RJ can go to his natural 2 spot. So Grimes can come off the bench and be a killer. We want that in that 3-man rotation, but it's up to Cam. It's not. We can't give it to him.
Well, can we agree on that Cam Reddish trade was a mistake, but somewhat not in a harmony with the coach and the front office?
Yeah, I can agree. I can see that. I can see that.
Because we can obviously take this with a grain of salt, but Berman said that Tibbs was actually playing Grimes up, but then bringing Reddish made the whole situation complicated. Hence, that he didn't get to play Reddish that much because, not that he didn't have any in the plan, but I mean, obviously he wanted to play Grimes more because he wanted to put him in the rotation.
Right.
I just think it was more about not wanting to lose Kevin Knox for nothing, and having a pick
so
where
front office and
a pick where
did not have
I think it was a business move that didn't
harmonization
equate
with
to basketball at the point in time, and they still gave him time because Knox is already a free agent. He signed on another team, and we still have Cam Reddish for at least 1 more year. So we have all this time to either get a trade or see what we got still. So
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say this to Jay Boogie, just pose this to Jay Boogie and Rob the Nick. Yeah, I remember when we tried out for the high school team, right? And you remember all the street ballers from around the city was trying out for the team. You went there, and the roster, and back in the day, y'all, I know it's gonna age me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I tried out for the team. This was 1984, I think. 1983, I think. No, 1982. Wow, 1982.
You sure was 79, man, when you was trying out?
No, I was
I was born in 82. Damn,
I was about 12. In 70. Man, get out. Jay Boogie play too much, man. So but when we tried out for the team, right? As 8th graders, you know how you 9th graders, right? 8th grade summer, the 8th grade, 9th grade summer, they have these open camps. You come in and you run these things, and you know what I'm saying, at the high school, they get your name and your phone number and all this stuff. And then based on what you do during the summer, they invite you to try out and all this stuff. And so, man, when I walked into that first gym, it was 200 dudes my age trying to make the 9th grade team.
Ooh.
Right? 200 dudes, right? And you talk about dudes like you talk about dudes named Raphael Addison. He wound up playing small forward for Syracuse. Right? You talking about dudes walking around the gym, a dude named David Rivers, my homeboy, he wound up playing point guard at Notre Dame. He wound up getting drafted by the LA Lakers, right? He like, yo, Uncle Freezy, yo, you gotta eat all these dudes in here. You can't leave no doubt. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna just sauce it up. And he's like, no, don't do no street ball stuff in here. Do what these coaches tell you to do so they can remember your name. And I was like, but I've been working on this crossover, man. I've been watching Isaiah Thomas at Indiana, bro. I'm gonna do no, don't do that. Right? This is what he's telling me, right? I'm walking in the gym. I got on me a fresh pair of spot belt high tops, brown and white. Right? I'm thinking I'm fresh, right? I'm walking in the gym, got on me some spot belts. And this dude, and so Dave was like, yo, don't do none of that cute street ball stuff, bro. You leave out of here, you got to make sure that you be pink and purple when you leave. You got to dive on the ball. You got to run through all these drills. Whatever the coach tells you to do, you do it 400%. Right? And I was like, man, nah, I'm too smooth, man. Did you see Magic, man? Magic? He's like, no, don't do none of that stuff. Because you can be a street ball legend if you want and not be on this team. Or you can do what these coaches tell you to do, make these teams and get minutes, right? And so the coach, what he did was he lined us up in a foot race. He had lines, right? 3-man line, 3 lines. And what he did was he rolled the ball across half court and blew the whistle. And the person that ran down and came back with the basketball was a winner. The other 2 dudes was in the loser's line, right? And I remember seeing dudes crying in the loser's line because they knew they might not get called back for tryouts. You know what I'm saying? So when it was Uncle Freezy turn to do it, you know what I did? I was elbowing people, scratching and clawing because there was dudes faster than me. So I was tripping them up, doing everything I could to get that basketball, right? And a dude, I was holding the ball, right? Holding the ball, and the dude was punching me in my back while I was holding the ball. He was like, let the ball go, let the ball go. I was like, no, this is my team ball, this is my team ball. The coach had to come over there and blow the whistle and be like, Uncle Freezy, give us the ball so we can go back and start the drill. We got it. You got the ball for this team. Go to the winner's line. Y'all 2 dudes, y'all go over there to the loser's line. Right? Y'all go to the loser's line. Right? Cam Reddish, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna walk in there with a fresh pair of spot belts and sauce it up so that you can look good based off what you used to do in AAU? Or do you want to be in the winner's line, Cam Reddish? It's as simple as that. How much are you willing to give? How much are you willing to give to your team?
Cam Reddish is that.
It was with Quentin.
Cam Reddish is that. Hey, look, Cam Reddish is that dude that show up at the park with his girl, drop 40, and didn't have another game in the gym that night, get fouled twice, and score 12.
Right.
That's Cam right there.
There was an interview. The trainer for Grimes, right? And they were saying that the kid has more to his bag, this and that, but he did exactly what the coaches told him to do every single game.
Right. Yep, I saw that.
Right.
Grimes said it himself.
And then people get upset, right? Because they say that the breaking point of the negotiations before it went down was because the Knicks didn't want to give up Grimes.
Right.
But you see how important he is to the culture. Because he came in and he did exactly what he was told to do. And there's some people that just can't comprehend that. People want to go above and beyond that because they think they're better than that.
Right. Who is more important? Is my stat line more important than the team goal?
Exactly.
The team goal is really important, man. You need the team goal. Maybe that's what we need to start doing. Start building piece by piece by piece until we have a legitimate team instead of just chasing one person. You know what I'm saying? Start building around the league instead of trying to build around our team. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe we'll fit better, man. Grimes is a major fit for our team, our coach, and everything. And one thing I can't say about Grimes, he does not cheat the game. He does not cheat the organization. He does not cheat the fans. And he definitely don't cheat himself. Because anything he does, he put himself last. He put everything else in front of him. And that's how you know he's a good ball player. When you put everything else in front of you, you know what I'm saying? And then let yourself catch up to what you're playing for, then you know you're a complete ball player. Go ahead, Jay. My fault.
Go ahead, James.
So, given that, clearly front office likes him, clearly Tibbs likes him, how many minutes do you reckon he'll run this season? Is he going to start, you reckon?
Which player? You talking about Grimes?
Grimes. Yeah.
I think Grimes gonna start, man. If he
I
was
think he's
the
gonna get at
only
least 2 or
one
3 minutes.
that's untouchable, hey, they go Grimes got to. You can't do all what you did this summer and don't
He
start.
better start. I mean, he's the reason that we didn't get Mitchell. And if he's only going to play like 16 minutes and that we didn't get Mitchell, that doesn't really make sense to me. For me personally.
28 to the Lakers.
Definitely, the Knicks are gonna have to make some moves. They're definitely gonna have to make some moves to open up playing time, and everybody knows this.
I mean,
Because he looked good in
and-
summer league
and-
when I was out
and-
there.
And every time, once we do open up the minutes, we're gonna forget about this Donovan Mitchell BS because we're gonna have what we always wanted. We're gonna have the kids playing. Obi Toppin. We're gonna have Quentin Grimes playing. We're gonna get minutes for McBride. We're gonna get minutes for Sim, whatever, Isaiah Hartenstein. All these guys, man.
Yeah, if Grimes quickly Toppin, all those guys is not even playing over 20 minutes or I don't know, something near 20 minutes. I just don't see the reason they didn't trade them for the Mitchell, and which I don't want them to be traded, obviously. But then what would be the reason not to trade them if they're just going to play 20 minutes? And in front office, I don't know if they're going to do this to the Tibbs or not, but I don't know if pressure them into play those guys because that's the reason they didn't trade for Mitchell with them.
Okay.
So
all right.
I really wish Tibbs and the front office
had
one thing in mind together rather than they're having two different thinking about two different directions they're trying to push in to get for.
Hey, James Lee, I like you, man. You in New York?
No, I'm in Sydney. I'm from James from Down Under.
Oh, what's up, boss?
Yeah, how are you? Yeah.
You was way off, Freezy. You was way.
Hey man, my map. I had my map upside down, James. My bad, man. I had my map upside down, man. I'm sorry. I did an 8-hour show yesterday, man. My bad.
No worries.
Hey, look, Freezy. You remember that word in the military, platoon?
Oh God, yeah.
Hey, look, that's what Julius Randle gonna be doing this year. He gonna be platooning
with Obi.
With Obi.
There's a couple of spots where Julius Randle can land, and after this situation here, the Donovan Mitchell being over, it just opens up the floodgates for everything else to happen. Toronto is a landing spot. Phoenix is a landing spot. I like the Phoenix. I actually did some homework on the Phoenix situation.
Yeah.
We get Cam Johnson to play our backup 3 and 4. That'll be a good piece. We can probably re-sign him if he plays well enough. Hope he's not a Cam Reddish, but
I don't think Cam Johnson's gonna
I would not take Jake. No, I would not take Jake Crowder. If I'm trading you Julius Randle on the contract that he has, I want a first-round pick actually back, and I want Cam Johnson.
Well, I would try to be realistic. I think they can give us.
I'm not giving
them Sharich.
I'm not giving them away. I'm not giving them away. I'm not giving them away.
Right now, because he's too productive just to give away.
That's just not my mindset. You know how I roll, man. I don't like giving people away for nothing. I don't like doing that. So you give me a young piece, and I'll give you the piece that you're looking for.
Right. Okay. I'm with you.
The same with Toronto.
So what's the young piece from Toronto?
The young piece, probably, what's his name, the guard, because he's going to be an unrestricted free agent.
Malachi?
No, the Grant Jr.
Right.
Trent Jr.
Trent Jr. Okay. Did I say Grant Jr.?
You sure did.
Coming back to my old tricks. I need Grant Jr.
He signed back.
He's an unrestricted free agent next year. So he has this year. And then an unrestricted free agent. He's probably somebody that we're looking for, but I already got Quentin Grimes. But if I need to get a piece back for a Julius trade, I would do that.
Hey, NEC, you still doing the basketball zombie stuff?
I stopped the basketball zombie stuff.
Where can we find it? Where can we find it at? The stuff you have archived, the old stuff. Where can we find it at?
I'll give it to you in a second. Hold on. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Hey, you want to do some stuff with us?
It's the time. But if we can focus on some time, that we can do it, and then it doesn't, because I can't keep up on my time and stuff. Like my
Nah,
scheduling
neither.
is up and down,
Right.
right? So I can't be like, yo, I get off work every day at 8, because that's not true. Or I get in at work. So, but we could talk about doing some stuff, bro.
Yeah. I'll hit you up later. So, because you don't have to do live stuff. You can record stuff.
That's what I was basically doing. But I think I was
Yeah.
doing live stuff, and I was doing that. But I
Like
needed to get a better setup. That's what I needed.
Yeah, I need to work on some stuff too, man. I gotta. But yo, listen, man, I gotta run because I gotta do some research for this right here, and then I'm doing another audio podcast at 3:00 or 3:30, and then I'm gonna try to do something with Queen Steph, BK Steph at around 8:00. So I got a lot of stuff and then plus the Knicks at Night podcast is at 11. So we got like 3 things coming up today, man. That I'm gonna
Is it Scully or is it Knicks at Night tonight?
The Knicks at Night podcast.
Okay, so yeah, because of the after party, I know we ran into something before where you got mixed up on them, and it was the other thing. Okay.
Yeah. Nah. We be trying to do it all, bro. Trying to do it all. You coming through tonight? You hanging out? You hanging out?
I'll come through. I'll stop through. I got some things to do. I got to ride down to Charlotte in a little while.
Your ass. Okay,
and then I'll be
right. All right.
Well, I'll be back through.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back through.
All right. So I'm gonna end right here. Thank y'all for coming through, checking us out. We already been on twice today, y'all. So we probably gonna rock like 3 more times, depending on if I can get up with BK Steph to see if there's something to be done. Thank y'all everybody for coming through. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.